tonight, putting the story into perspective. Joining us from Washington, Jane Hall, and from North Carolina, Bernie Goldberg. Both are Fox News analysts. Bernie, you know, the story got a little bit of coverage in some newspapers, very little on cable news. Fox did a little bit, but the others didn't do anything. And I think this is a major story. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's important because even though you can't blame Barack Obama because a fool like Ludacris decided to write a song about him, and the campaign politically did the right thing by denouncing the song, what Ludacris managed to do, and this is why it's important, is he introduced race into this. When he talks about painting the White House black, and then the next line is, that's going to frighten them. Well, who do you think the them is? The them is white people. And white blue-collar guys especially, when they hear this, you know, they're not going to like it.
No.
And it may not matter in the long run, but in a close race, it can matter a lot.
What do you think, Jane?
Well, I think it is important. You know, he can't be held accountable as if he co-wrote those lyrics. And you are one of the few people who also pointed out that he was critical of the image of women and not wanting his girls to watch it. I think it is an issue because it's video. It's going to be replayed by his critics. They're going to say, here, let's link together Reverend Wright, and oh, by the way, he might have known these people in Chicago who were in the Weather Underground, and you should be afraid of this man. That is what his opposition and people who are concerned about him are going to say, and you are so right in that it is a dynamic where people don't feel they know enough about him. So guilt by association could have some impact.
Yeah, I mean, one weirdo after another is being trotted out as somewhat familiar with Barack Obama. Here's what I do, Bernie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, did he?
No, it's not Barack Obama's fault. I mean,
right.
He can't control it.
Yeah, but I think the media are trying to link a lot of things together. The people who are opposed to him in the media are trying to link a lot.
If I were John McCain's campaign and I go 10 points down, which is possible in November, in September, here's what I do. Here's what I do. If I'm John McCain's campaign chairman and I'm down 10 points in mid-September, I take the theme from Friends, the show Friends, okay, and I play that theme for 30 seconds, and I run in Wright, Flager, the Chicago weatherman nuts, Ludacris, and every other clown that I can think of that has any connection to Barack Obama. Now, Bernie, that may be unfair, but that's politics, correct?
Yeah. You know, that's a pretty good idea, now that I think about it. But you know what else he could do? That one line in the song, I mean, it's a disgraceful song about how the only chair that Senator McCain belongs in is a wheelchair if he's paralyzed and the other stuff. But the one line, I mean, we talked about this, and I don't think we should underestimate the power of this line. Ludacris says he wants the White House painted black after Obama is elected president. That is not going to sit well, I'm telling you, with those Reagan Democrats.
But
Bernie, but you got to be fair, Bernie. It's not Obama's fault.
Listen, I am not only not blaming Obama for that, I am not blaming him a bit for that. Nonetheless, that kind of thing doesn't help him at all.
No, we all have agreed
but you know, Bill, what you're proposing is, plays into the worst fears, and I can guarantee you there are hate websites that are already out there, questioning Obama. He doesn't need Ludacris to do this. I mean, we are in agreement about that.
But he's got him, Jane. He's got him.
Yeah.
Okay? And the real bottom line on this is both Ludacris and Wright couldn't care less about Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Ludacris knew that this would hurt Obama, and all Ludacris cares about is getting attention and selling his stupid records. So he doesn't care, and everybody should know that both Wright and Ludacris. But then I say to Barack Obama, if I ever get a chance to talk to him, these your pals, you hang around. He's not hanging around with Ludacris, but certainly hung around with Wright. Go ahead.
Can I just say one thing? I do think that black politicians are called on to disavow people more than white politicians in this country, and I think we can question whether that's really a valid question. It's true.
Jane, don't be a pinhead.
I'm not. I'm being a patriot, Bill.
If John McCain said, or anybody close to John McCain said, Jane, when we get to be president in the White House, we're going to paint it even whiter.
Exactly.
Jane,
exactly.
Come on, Jane.
There are people who are supporting John McCain with hate speech on the web, and he's not being called to the same account. That's all I'm trying to say.
Who is supporting?
I mean, there are There's stealth stuff there about Obama that is very ugly, that is not supported by John McCain.
Okay, but it's not
by morons in the darkest corner of the World Wide Web.
There's no organized cabal like Move
has a record,
or something like that.
And Ludacris has a record label. Ludacris, I mean, he's a fool, but he's well known.
And he's also misogynist.
I got one other bone to pick with both of you guys. Now, last week with the Bernie and Jane segment, we had a discussion about #1 record in America having to do with a girl-on-girl kiss. And you guys both poo-pooed it, and you said, no big deal.
Correct.
No big deal. I got a lot of mail from conservative traditional Americans who said to me, look, we understand this isn't some big deal, but we don't want our children subjected to this, and we don't want homosexual activity mainstreamed on the media that kids see. That is a legitimate point. So, guess what happens? Roll the tape.
It's been #1 on the Hot 100 list for 5 weeks in a row. This is the song of the summer. You are... I like it. Whoopi, come on up. Whoopi, what the... She's gonna... I like it.
Okay, so now we have The View daytime television, and there's a smooch, Whoopi Goldberg. You know, so what I'm trying to tell you is that the conservative traditional people have a point. The end game is legitimize, promote homosexual behavior as absolutely the same as heterosexual. And some people don't want to see that.
Bill, with all due respect to the people out there, the decent people out there who are troubled by this, let me make clear that I'm a conservative who isn't troubled by this. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about the two guys kissing in the Heinz commercial. Last week, we talked about the two girls kissing. Now we have Whoopi Goldberg in it. It's all about creating a buzz and breaking through the clutter, and it's the exact same reason that Fox News promoted this kissing segment all day today, to break through the clutter.
All right,
so
Jane,
whatever their motives,
it's
the same as our motives at Fox.
All I'll say, and this will get you some mail, is that women are more comfortable, in my experience, playing with the idea of sexuality and humorous take she put on it than guys are.
I wouldn't know anything. Thank you very much.
Thank God.
All right, I think there's a legitimate point here. Thanks very much.